The DHS is now no longer content just to terrorize people themselves, but also if you're bothered by them terrorizing you, if you post about it, they're going to investigate your ass for that too. They're now expanding their efforts to identify Americans who oppose ICE, literally just in the form of criticism, by sending tech companies legal formal requests for the names, email addresses, telephone numbers, and other identifying data behind social media accounts that track or criticize the agency. So if you post anything negative about ICE, about DHS, about Border Patrol, you probably are already on a list, which you're not really surprised about. But if your social media did not identify you, if you don't have your actual name, and on most of these things like Twitter now, verification doesn't mean anything anyway, a lot of people are really anonymous, except not so much. Because if DHS tells Elon Musk, hey, there's some left winger that criticized Kristi Noem, would you give me their information? What do you think he's gonna do? Elon Musk, free speech radical. You think he's going to stand by his users? What, just because he has every reason to? I mean, he's postured as being pro First Amendment before. That would be a great reason to. If it were to come out that he was outing users to literally to the federal government, that would potentially hurt his business. So he has a business reason not to do it. Doesn't matter. He's 100% gonna do it because he opposes political speech that he doesn't agree with. That's it. But let's be clear. I'm focusing here on Twitter. It's not just Twitter. In recent months, Google, Reddit, Discord, Meta as well, nobody's shocked by that. They own Facebook and Instagram, have received hundreds of administrative subpoenas from the Department of Homeland Security, according to 4 different government officials and tech employees. In the subpoenas, the department asked the company for identifying details of accounts that do not have a real person's name attached and have criticized ICE or pointed to the locations of ICE agents, which for some reason that they will never identify is privileged information. You can't identify that a human is out in public at a place for some reason. The New York Times saw 2 of the subpoenas that had been sent to Meta over the past 6 months. So thank you to the tech employees there who've actually leaked this. We don't know for sure whether they've complied or not. They say that they review the subpoenas. I mean, it's just, are you gonna protect the privacy rights of your users or not? It's very simple, but they don't wanna be clear about it. First of all, pragmatically, if they say that they will not comply with the DHS, and if they make that very clear, then Trump will probably nationalize their infrastructure, whatever. So I understand their concern, but they're also not saying that they're not doing it. So yeah, a little bit concerned about that. Some of the companies say that they give people 10 to 14 days to fight the subpoena in court. That's nice. That's nice. For a regular person who posted an Instagram reel or something mocking Greg Bovino, you get told by Meta to rush to court in the next 2 weeks to deal with it. What the hell are you supposed to do about that? They're the elites are the litigious ones. We don't generally go to court for this sort of thing. You're supposed to just quash it, but of course they're not going to. Now, DHS is saying that it has broad administrative subpoena authority, but didn't address questions about its requests. Again, it's requiring you to divulge information about yourself. They're not going to divulge any information. They've argued that they've sought information to help keep ICE agents in the field safe. Again, I just want to remind everyone, we are told constantly that they are always, they're all constantly being assaulted. Assaults are up 1,000%. Of course, they don't then tell you that it's literally filming them is considered an assault. What ICE agents have died? What's like, I can point to Renee Good. I can point to Alex Preddy. I can point to these people who've been brutalized, who've been murdered by ICE, by Border Patrol. Everything is being set up to protect them. Again, kind of like with the whole election suppression thing, without ever establishing that they are under threat. They're not being shot. They're not being gunned down. They're not being hunted. They're not actually being doxxed. People want to know where they are, not to track them down, not to shoot them, not to beat them, to track them, to film them with good reason. They're going around murdering people, maybe to insult them, which I guess is inconvenient if you're DHS, but I consider it to be kind of like our right. If you're an American and if you see the federal government doing something you don't like, you can call them a cuck if you want to. That's the America I was born into. And it just seems so ironic considering that this is not just Elon Musk, it's entire administration, supposedly. They're the ones for free speech. It's the left that's censorious. It's the left that wants a cancel culture. It's the left, by the way, Biden, who is putting pressure on these tech companies to stop speech that they don't like. I guess they got a taste of it and suddenly they like it themselves because they're doing, and again, this isn't like threats being made or anything like that. It's literally just identifying information. They're on this street, not even an individual ICE agent. ICE is there. That is how low the bar for government censorship, suppression, tracking, and investigation has become. It's pathetic.